Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. I just went with the brother to watch the movie Civil War. Okay, and of course, we're going to go see those type of movies because those movies are prophetic, you know, and we look at it with a different mind state. We don't look at it like the average person, okay? We understand that these type of events are getting ready to come because it's prophecy, you know, and the average person doesn't understand that, okay? They look at it as just a movie. Now, one thing I noticed about that movie is that you know, they didn't the cell phones were out, right? Which we expect something like that to happen, where, you know, communication becomes more difficult. The cell phones were out. The what else was out? The internet was out. Okay, and the reason you know the internet was out, and these are spoiler alerts, okay? The reason you know that the internet was out was because the hey, shalom, Akyal Bashim El Shai Bashim Kakadash Brakata. All right. The reason you know that the internet was out is because she was using that old school camera where it had the film in it. Right? People don't use those cameras anymore, right? They use digital cameras. They use cameras that you can put on a computer. So that shows you that the internet was out. There's certain things that were in the movie that they didn't necessarily explain to you was happening. Okay, but when you extrapolate and you read between the lines, you can see what was actually going down. And one of the things, right, since the internet was out, right, you know, you couldn't communicate like how you used to communicate with people. Okay, so communication is going to get difficult. So you're not going to be able to call the police for help and all these different things, right? Police is that's not going to be a thing in a certain period of time. That's going to be that's going to be off limits, right? So it's going to be every man for himself. Someone gets wounded, there's no hospitals to call. There's no ambulance to come pick you up. Okay, it's going to get rough out here. Okay, it's going to get rough. And of course, they had to show women, you know, in this leadership position in the movie. Listen, women are going to be like little like sheep, you know, or like a deer, you know, like a baby deer. It's all nervous. They're going to be very scared, very petrified in those times. They're not going to have any type of authority. They're going to go right back to their original role, their original state. All right, that's for the movies. Okay, the reality is that's not how it's going to go down. Okay, but I'll say this, that they became numb to death. Okay, what you notice is that those people, let's deal with the main character, that woman, she became numb to death from seeing all the death. So that's why she was able to take pictures of the dead bodies with no problem. People blow up right in front of her, she'll go and take pictures of the you know, the bodies that's torn in pieces, the brain matter, whatever. She didn't care, right? Because she saw so much death already. She's become numb to that. And we're becoming numb in the spirit. All right, we're already numb to this world in the spirit, right? So these things affect us less, right? Hearing about judgments and things of that nature, they don't affect us how it affects the average person. And this is one of the things that are going to bug out these people when they see the men of the Lord in a very calm, stable state of mind. As the scriptures say, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, the fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? So the wisdom and knowledge that we have, the things that we already know in the spirit, right, is going to cause us, and the fact that we know Yahweh Shai is going to cause us to have a very blank, cold look to us. We're going to be numb to all of these things. It's not going to be a fear. It's not going to be a fearful thing, right? Although the things that we're going to see, we're going to be in awe, and we're going to be nervous through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, but we're not going to be, basically, if we're nervous if we get nervous, those people are petrified beyond belief. You understand what I'm saying? Them people are having heart attacks. Let's put it that way. They're damn near about to have heart attacks. That's the difference. You understand what I'm saying? Because we gotta snap ourselves out of it and say, listen, I know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's been with me, and he's my strength, he's my salvation, right? We're gonna have that mindset. So we're gonna move differently, okay? And when you can think, when you're not in a completely fearful state, you can think clearer, right? Because the scriptures say that fear is nothing more than the betraying of the succors which reason offereth, meaning you basically lose all reasoning when you're in a fearful state. And these people are going to be in a fearful state, so they're going to lose all reasoning. Okay? Especially the women and the children. They're going to lose all, they barely have reasoning now. Right? So they're going to lose all reasoning in that time. That's for sure. Right? So you're going to need someone with a level head. And on top of that, the Lord is going to be guiding us. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be guiding us through his spirit, right? To go to do certain things and do, to move in a particular way, right? So that's another thing I noticed, that she was numb to death. And then the girl that was with her, her apprentice, she became numb to death, right? But the thing is this, right? Secure goes into help. Okay, right. Secure goes into help. The water, brother, the water. Right? Right. So reason is a help, right? Reason helps you, right? Right? Reasoning, logic, okay, that helps you, right? Which men are the main ones with logic, but in that time of fearfulness, they're not gonna have logic. Logic is gonna go out the fucking window, man. And they're gonna do things that's gonna lead them into more destruction. All right? So even the girl that was with her, she became numb at the end. To the point that, spoiler alert, fast forward 10 seconds or whatever, pause it and fast forward it, however you want to do it if you don't want to hear this, okay? Even when she saw the woman which she built a relationship with get put to death, she just walked on by. She looked at her and she kept moving, man, right? So all of that, this is my best friend, and no one's going to care about that in that day. The scriptures say that, friends shall fight one another as enemies. Right? They're going to be killing one another, stabbing with one another for food, and all kind of things, man. I'm talking about the best of friends. You've seen them grow up since elementary school, and they were joint at the hip in high school and college, and whatever. He was the best man in the wedding, all of that. He basically became part of the family. That's how close they were. Well, those same people, they're going to be putting each other to death. Those same people are going to be looking at each other as enemies, man. Because things change when you can't eat. Things change when you can't when you're in complete fear, right? So that's another thing I noticed. She became very cold, even to the point she didn't even give a damn that she was dead, that her so-called idol or whatever was dead, right? And what else? Yeah, Esau's the damn devil. This is witchcraft, man. Because you look at these movies, man. All these women are they're the level-headed ones in the movies. they're the level-headed ones. The men are the ones that are all super emotional. They can't control themselves. You see that? And I can't wait. I want to see it in real life. I want to see women do that in real life. Show me in real life when that pops off. I want to see that in real life. Please show that. Show me that. I want to see that. I want to see that spirit in real life when things really get real. You know what I'm saying? And that's witchcraft, man. Because them women, they watch them movies and they think that's reality. Because they're impressionable. They think that's true. They think that, I see, women are logical. See, look at them. I've seen it in the movies. Okay? Trust me, man. They ain't going to be that stoic, man. They're going to be very, very scared. Very, very scared. Very, very... they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know how to think. They're not even going to know how to think. Okay, you're going to have to think for them in that day, literally. That's how fearful it's going to be. Okay, it says that men shall be as women in those days. What does it mean men shall be as women? Does that mean that men are going to become logical and have reasoning? No, it means that they're going to be, they're not going to have reasoning. They're going to be completely, they're going to be completely bugged out. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, that's what's coming, man. Okay, that's what's coming. And you got certain people that are actually training for this day. It's been training for this day for decades, man. You got certain Edomites that's been training for this time, right? That's bloodthirsty, right? That's actually bloodthirsty, man, right? Like that Edomite that you saw, they had a truckload of dead bodies. Yeah, there's a bunch of Edomites that are bloodthirsty, and they can't wait to kill you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and other Edomites that are not with the program. They can't wait. You understand what I'm saying? So real talk. So real talk, man. Okay? You're gonna see what the original Edomite is like. Okay? The wild man. He's gonna come back out, bro. They're gonna come back out, man, and they're not gonna have any mercy. They're not gonna have any pity upon you. There's not gonna be any virtual signaling that's going to deter them. They're just gonna do what they want to do, because the scriptures say that they shall not regard their kings nor princes, but the power of their actions shall stand in their hands. They're not gonna give a damn about none of that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we're coming to now. It was a beautiful movie, man. Yeah, that's right. Zaquan, shalom. Yahbashim Yahshai Kakadash Barakatah. Okay, right. The purge election year Edomites. Okay, and they seem to show you people having like they're taking on certain people that are liabilities. These people are gonna leave these people behind. These people are gonna leave certain people to die. If they got certain people are gonna have family members with a cane and shit like that, or whatever, in a wheelchair. They're gonna leave them behind. That's how fearful it's gonna be. They're gonna leave them, okay? And they're not gonna care what happens to them because of the fear, and because they don't have any integrity anyway, right? So that's what they're gonna do, right? It's gonna be literally every man for himself, right? I'm trying to think about other things in the movie that I saw and that I noticed. I noticed that in order to get gas, they needed a particular pass. He said, "Do you have your pass? Do you have your whatchamacallit, your gas pass?" Right? In other words, they needed permission to get gas, right? To fuel up with gas. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's gonna be heavy control when things fall, and that's what Esau wants. He wants that heavy control, that control where he can control where people go, he can control what people do, he can control what people buy, he can control who buys, who does this, who does that. You see? That's what they're setting up, and this is why the chaos is absolutely vital to Esau bringing in his NWO. Chaos is absolutely vital, because then he has an excuse to bring in that type of control. Because before the chaos, he has no excuse to bring in that type of control that people are going to agree with or accept, right? But with that type of chaos where it puts people in great fear, he has that excuse, right? You had you had California and Texas that was seceding from the Union. That was coming up against the government ultimately, which is rare, which is seceding from the Union. Same thing, right? They were coming up against, because the Union is the United States, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? So they were separated, and they were taking over different states. Okay? You had the U.S. military fighting against them, and in the movie they were losing, right? But in reality, let's be real, Esau got so much weaponry, them good old boys can't take down the government, right? The elites got this government, this military, they got so much weaponry, all right? But although there's going to be a lot of infighting as well, there's going to be a lot of people that are in the military that are already talking about coming up against the government. So this is already happening, right? This is already happening now. That type of spirit is already here. So, there's going to be that element, but still, that's not enough to take down Esau. They're gonna. When I say Esau, I'm talking about the government, right? Because these are Edomites as well, right? But It's not enough to take down the government, but regardless, they want that chaos. So they're going to invite that chaos. They're going to invite the chaos, and then they're going to come in with their order. This is what they're trying to do. And the order is going to entail, like we keep telling you, the micro C-hip, the micro chisnip. Okay? That is the main thing that they want to introduce. That's going to be the main form of getting things in order. Okay? Right? But all these things have to happen, right? So you needed a pass for gas. They had the roadblocks, so you couldn't get certain places unless you went through these particular blocks and spoke to the military, and they had to let you in. And yeah, all those things are getting ready to come. All right? You know? And they went to certain places, and it was actually like business as usual, right? But it wasn't business as usual because of the government. You know, they had particular militias that were, you know, basically watching over the city with sniper rifles on the roof and things like that. So it wasn't really a government thing. It was just, they just happened to be, you know, this happened to kind of keep out any war out of that particular area, right? But as soon as you went outside of that area, it was a war zone, right? So it's going to be very, very interesting, man, to see this thing play out in real time, right? And the Lord is already making us cold in the spirit, right? And the world is waxing colder. Okay, they're waxing colder, with, you know, in the sense of not showing pity, right? And it's going to just increase, but you know, they're still not numb to judgment. They're still not numb to death. You know. Got certain brothers that share these different gruesome things, you know, and brothers like, ah, man, I don't want to see that, you know. But guess what? We're not, I feel so bad for that person. No, we're just like, whatever, that's judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that spirit that we're going to have is going to be recognized by these other people, you know. And at that time, they're going to try to, because in order for them to have their NWO, they don't want people like us in that NWO. They want to get rid of us. So that time they're going to realize it's going to be clear who the men of the Lord are, right? It's going to be clear that there's a special spirit in certain individuals. That's why it says in 2nd Ezra 16, then shall they know who are my chosen, right? Who are my chosen, right? Around the time they're getting ready to persecute us. So, hey, it's going to be a beautiful thing, and I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful, because that's what we need, man. The judgment needs to run rampant in this place, man. You know? And I'm going to tell you right now, man. Hey, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, we want to see the humbling, especially the humbling of you women. Now, I'm going to say it again, especially the humbling of you women. We want to see that, bro. We want to see that, bro. There's been this pride is real. It's vexing to our spirits. You know, this disrespect is vexing to our spirits, and ultimately we want to see this devil's kingdom go down. That's the ultimate thing we want to see. We want to see this Edomite kingdom go down, and the kingdom of Yahweh Shai and the kingdom of Israel be established in the earth, right, in righteousness, so we could reign over our enemies, man, under Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we can go, everything could go in its rightful place, because these Edomites and these heathen are not supposed to be over us, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Yeah, Khan, I know the camera's backwards, brother. I know sometimes you don't like, you know, just staring at yourself, man. Sometimes it's a bit awkward. I do that on purpose, man. All right, but Khan. I said okay. He was answering the brother Botek's question, but yeah. So anyways, brothers and Aquath, Shalom. With that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. You should go see that movie. Highly recommended. I'll say Shalom.